Hi guys, so if you watched my last installment of my beauty inventory, then you already kind of know a little bit of this, but today we're going to do the second half of my blushes. Last year was not a good year for blushes. I worked on my Pan That palette pretty much all year, and it had 3 blushes and a bronzer highlight thing going on in there, so not a lot was used up, and so I had 25 powder blushes and I still have 25, so I didn't purchase any, which is good since I have so many, but I didn't get to work through any of them. And then I did have 3 cream blushes, and then one just like was almost gone, but it disappeared. I have no idea where it's at. I don't know if it actually got thrown away or what, but I've just taken that off my inventory, and if I find it, it will go back on, but I've looked everywhere where it could have been, and I just, like, I've cleaned the area that it was filming in, because that was the last time I saw it, multiple times. So I was also doing empties that day, so that's why I think it might have gotten thrown away. If it did, that's okay. But that being said, I had 3 at the beginning of last year cream blushes, and now I have 2. But that's only because that one was almost gone. I was probably going to finish it last year, but I lost it. And I did work on one for some of the year, and that was in my last blush category, because my first half of my blushes were all e.l.f. I have so many e.l.f. blushes. I have 16, I believe, and there's 14 here. So I have quite a few e.l.f. blushes, and so these are just all the other brands that are e.l.f. pretty much. And so the cream blush that I have, one is an e.l.f. cream blush, but this one is the Sally Hansen Ginger blush. So it just looks like this. It is a super pigmented blush. I think it'd be good in the fall time and maybe the summer when my skin's a little bit darker, because I just took a very small amount and then it has this much. So I worked with it, and it does blend out pretty nicely, but I will have to work through this just because of how pale I am, which is fine. So that's the first blush that I have. I have one NYX blush, and it is in Dusty Rose. I've had this for quite some time. So it just looks like this. It's very similar to the cream blush I just showed you, except it's a little more pink. So it just looks like that. I have one NARS blush, and this is in Super Orgasm, so it's super shimmery. And it's not super pigmented, which I'm okay with. It's a coral, but it's very shimmery. It's underneath that. You can see it. There it is. You can see how much shimmer it is. So definitely when I work on this, I probably won't have to work on a highlight at the same time. I have one Mary Kay blush, and this is in Mango. So it's just a peachy color. Just looks like this. I have one Laura Geller. I love these blushes. If you watched my last one, I really like the e.l.f. baked ones, and I just like these more baked blushes just because I feel like I can put it on and I look a lot more put together, and I don't need as many steps. But this is the Laura Geller Blush and Brighten in Pink Grapefruit. So it just looks like this. It has that shimmer and kind of that bronze blush thing, especially for my skin, and I love it. I have one Too Faced blush, and this is in Justify My Love. It's a super bright pink one. My mom gave this to me, I think, 2 years ago for my birthday, and it was just, she didn't like it. So it's a bright pink. So I think it's super, super pretty. And because in the pan it looks so bright, but then when I put it like on, this is quite a bit built up. So I think it's just gonna look gorgeous. I have one MAC blush in Love Thing, and this is a bright one that's a little bit harder for me to wear. So we're gonna have to see how this goes because it's so pigmented. But that's what that looks like. It's super pigmented. And that's just a little bit. But I have liked it, and it does blend really well when I've worn it. I have one blush that I'm working on by Adrienne Arpel, I believe. My mom gave me this such a long time ago. This is what I've been working on in my project pans. It used to have pellets, and I've since crushed up the pellets, so now it's just like little chunks of powder. So I'm hoping to get this done soon so I can work on other blushes. I have 2 Lancome blushes that my husband gave me. The first one is in a plum. So it's just a really natural pink color. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on my, I did it on my knuckles up here. It's just a really pretty natural color, which I really like. And then this one is in Cedar Rose. So more of a neutral. The other one had some pink to it. This one's more just of a neutral color, and it's right there. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see it because it's like right there. You can kind of see it a little bit, but it's more of a neutral color. And then I have 3 Avons that are all loose blushes. I have it in Radiance, more of a peachy pink color. I have this one in Blushing Mauve. And then I have this one, which I've worked on in a project pan before, in Rose Radiance. So I'll show you the difference between these two, because these two look kind of similar. This is more of a red, it's more of a mauve. But yeah, those are all of my blushes. I have way too many. Definitely a category that I'm still working on for myself, just because I feel like blushes take a long time. So it's hard to find out exactly what colors look good on you, because it takes a while to use one up. And I have found I can work with mini blushes. A lot of times I do have to blend them. But there has never been a blush color so far. I haven't, like I said, worn a ton of these a lot, but there hasn't been one that I can't work with, which is great. But I'm trying to find like that one that I love, or like the color that I love. I do have this, like, I do like the shimmery ones that not necessarily like the super orgasm shimmery, but the ones that have some shimmer to them, just so that I don't have to wear highlight. I just like being able to like just stick it on, but I do like highlight too, so you know, I'm okay with other ones. So I'm gonna let you go. Definitely subscribe so you can see what's next. I believe I'm gonna go straight to eyes, which I love. It's one of my favorite categories. So I'm gonna let you go, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.